I know how I feel to wake up dead broke. I know how I feel to wake up dead broke.
When we go into the history of the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Islam state that Farad came here in 1910. But then he left and he went back, and he came back 20 years later. 20 years after that time brings us up to 1930, or 1929 per se, which was the same year that Noble Drew Ali ascended from this plane made manifest. But it was said, and believed by a lot in this time that Farad was actually, a member of the Moorish Science Temple, or Elijah was a member of the Moorish Science Temple. I feel that brothers are entitled to their belief on this matter. But I would say this. If, in fact, they established a relationship during that time, and Noble Drew Ali seen that there would be division in the schisms and the isms that was taking place during the time that he was set up, basically, he would indeed have seen this man, just from my approach or my point of view, as one who was knowledgeable enough to try to keep a union in the movement. However, after Noble Drew Ali's death, Noble Drew Ali off the scene, Farad began to uplift those who were left, and he established what we call the Allah Temple of Islam. If we would be technical about it, the original Moorish Science Temple would have been none other than the Allah Temple of Islam. When I say Allah Temple of Islam, I ain't going by necessarily title, but I'm saying if it was a temple for the people to learn about the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding, that it would surely be a temple of Allah and not a temple, just based upon the contents of what man would bring forth. So Farad therefore picking up the mantle after Noble Drew Ali. This doesn't take anything from the fact that Farad did the works he did in uplifting Elijah. But if we go and we do the research, we know Elijah studied the teachings of both Farad and Master Farad Muhammad and Marcus Mosai Garvey. His research in these areas prepared him for what he was to receive in the mission statement that he took from our brother Master Farad Muhammad. Master Farad Muhammad did a great work in teaching us to be ourselves. And you have a lot of brothers now divided about the concept and the terms when it's used black by the nations of Islam. When you say black, brother, we know that the European gave a very dirty and negative definition of the word. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad redefined that word before giving it to the people, saying black is not a color but the beginning of all existence, and also the essence from which all things come, the universe itself. This was the definition that Elijah Muhammad gave. This doesn't mean that it makes, it right for us to say that our people as a nation are black people, as far as dealing with, what we call a nation, because black is not the name of a nation. It's describing the characteristics of our outer, our exterior form. So we know that our identity is Moorish. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad knew this. Malcolm X knew this. Farrakhan knew this. Even our brother Khalid Muhammad demonstrated on these same lines. So I don't see a division. I think those who, are bent on division are those who want division. That's just my personal, outlook on that. And then I would say this to our beloved brothers, who demonstrate, under the Moorish aspect. I think that we have to become more flexible in our sense of reasoning, because if we are to love instead of hate, then we know that we shouldn't bring forth agitation demonstrations in order to get our point across. So what? Our brothers in the Nation of Islam and other brothers use that term black. That's something that they have to grow into an overstanding of. Many are called, but few are chosen. When the Honorable Elijah Muhammad redefined that word, he gave it a definition of something that already exists through the will of Allah. And if we understand that, then all is well. If we don't, all is well then, But when you go into dealing with what a European is manifested in the dictionary, a lot of times brothers pick up on those definitions and draw upon them. Or rather draw from those. And it ain't even an issue. You got brothers drawing off of Webster's. You got a lot of brothers drawing from Black's Law. You know what I'm saying? These are European concepts. We know that this is said to represent law. But in all actuality, why can't a black man redefine a word and give that word his definition in order to better our people? Again, I state that is not to make us a nation of black people, because we know that a nation of black people don't exist. But the redefinition or redefining of the word in order to better us and keep us from looking at it in a negative light, that we may grow and have an overstanding. But Allah knows best. This is an amalgamation theology, a cry for unity. For it's ridiculous for all of these brothers, especially the leadership, to claim to be so knowledgeable, to claim to be adepts, but yet you can't even unite with your own brother. We got Moors going at Moors. We got branches of the nation fragmented going at it with the nation. We got Moors in the nation going at it with each other. We got brothers, in the grassroots communities, and the brothers in these different various religious organizations at odds with each other. Brothers, I say we have lost the mission statement. Where did we go wrong? It's something that must be done in order to bring us back into a oneness. If not, if there is no oneness, and you are stuck in your ways, then you're in opposition to the very teaching in which you say you represent. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad stated that if your way of life is not a part of the universal order of things, then you really don't have a belief. You don't believe in nothing, basically. Noble Drew Ali, said that we have a right to worship under our own vine and fig tree. So if that's the case, then we have no authority to tell a brother what he should believe and what he shouldn't believe. I do this to teach our people their nationality and divine creed, and so be it. But a lot of times, those among us will say that their intention is to bring about a unity, but yet we are bringing more division than anything. And then as for those brothers who are claiming that they, are Muslim or Islamic, how can you be a Muslim and reject the Quran that Allah has sent? When Noble Drew Ali himself said that he came forth with a divine authority given by Allah, and our authority is derived from the great Quran of Muhammad. He also said that his mission was to teach our people their nationality, divine creed, and promote the faith of Muhammad here in America. What is the faith of Muhammad, brothers? I understand we have adept aspects of an understanding of that, but that's something we should reflect on. And Moors don't reject knowledge. If I can accept Kemetic knowledge, which the adversary also was able to try to tamper with and turn around, or I can accept Hinduism or Buddhism or Sufism as a philosophy, then why would I not look into, the book from which all these ways of life pretty much draw from in this time? I feel that it's a fear in brothers who would like to stay in a box. But I state this firmly: I will not be kept in a box. We as a nation should not be kept in a box. Those who have the ability to define your God and what you worship, they have the ability to enslave you. And Prophet Muhammad demonstrated that knowledge means to know and know means to apply. So therefore we must become what we know. We must be the message in which we bring. We are the Circle 7. Beloved brothers, I hope that I touch whom it was meant to be reached with this demonstration. And there are no intentions of malice within me. I only seek unity. That's all I will seek. Anything else outside of that is disorder. For the highest principle of our five is love. I love you, brothers and sisters. Anything that I said that came from you that may have been offensive, I say, may Allah forbid, and may Allah give me what's due for the statements that may have caused any type of offense to anyone who may be viewing this demonstration. And if I said anything that was of benefit, in order that one may examine themselves, and that they may be uplifted, and that they may be exalted as it seems to be fit in the sight of Allah, we say all praise to Allah. I take no credit for that. Remember, brothers, I do this to uplift fallen humanity. Islamists.
Talking about how to struggle over. I know how to feel to wake up. Struggle over for you. What about them? Struggle is every day.
Now you're red and